in Japan as a way to preserve raw and clean fish in the 18th century. Since then, fresh sushi was become popular, and there are two distinct styles of sushi. The one is the Nigerian style, and the other is Edo style from Tokyo. The Nigerian style was made with small pieces of fish and a pat of rice. However, the Edo style sushi consists of primarily of seasoned rice mixed with other ingredients. After that, sushi developed into another form, that is California roll. In 1970, California roll, which is more experimental and concludes avocados and vegetarian ingredients, was invented. Next, I want to talk about, here is the California roll, and this is the Nigerian sushi. Next, I will talk about the art of sushi. In Japan, sushi was considered as an art form because sushi is so delicious, and people think the appearance of sushi is as important as how it tastes. The chefs from different regions of Japan roll and arrange the sushi and put them on the palette by their own style, and they spend years learning the craft of sushi making. Here I will introduce how to make sushi and how to eat sushi correctly. Of course, the preparation of sushi is important. Most sushi bar has their own soy sauce, ginger, and wasabi. And there are 6 pictures about the process of making sushi. At first, the chef will choose a piece of seaweed, and he will spread the rice on the seaweed. Then it's time for the chef to put wasabi and the fish on the surface of the rice. Next, the chef will roll up all the ingredients. Finally, he will cut the sushi into rolls. Next, I will talk about how to eat sushi correctly. From this picture, you can see the color of these 7 sushis are quite different. Actually, they are arranged by the color. Ideally, you should start by eating sushi with a lighter flavor and then move on to fish with a heavier flavor. It is a kind of way for you to eat sushi. As for the tours, it's so modern that we use a chopstick to eat sushi. Actually, in Japan, people mostly eat sushi by their hands. It's more original and it's more acceptable for Japan. If you want to use sushi, you need to notice that at first you need to pick up the sushi and then turn the left side of the sushi and roll it. Finally, you should put the soil on the fish rather than the rice, because the taste of fish is the most important in the sushi. As for the last part, I want to talk about the influence of sushi. On a book called How Sushi Went Global, the writer has a description about the influence of sushi. A 500-pound tuna is caught off the coast of New England or Spain, flown thousands of miles to Tokyo, sold for tens of thousands of dollars to Japanese buyers. I want to explain to you that tuna is a kind of fish that widely used in the making of sushi. It is a kind of fish and it's delicious. From this description, we can see that the influence of sushi in Japan is quite huge, and people like sushi very much. And there is another example. From the beginning in the Little Tokyo section of the city in the 1950s, eventually sushi had found its second home in America. However, by 1970s, the real sushi was beginning to grow in popularity in North America, especially in Los Angeles.
Okay, time's up.
Okay. Here are my bibliography.